little nifty style I call Draw My Life Challenge, but with a little Burt Builds twist. Now, of course, starting out our story the right way, boys, we have to explain why everything we do is found on the right, as some like to say. Well, it's not by accident, say. Very, very good reasons for continuing to like it. Not just because it's the best truck there is on the market, because it means something artist or good at drawing, so please bear with me. There's a lot to tell. We've been a lot of places and done a lot of things in short 23 years on boys. And it's, of course, a culmination of many things, many people, many ideas. Me on the left, of course, I got my little do-cut, nice little frowny face. I guess I'm smiling here. Usually I'm frowning because I'm sad, but because I'm a generally bitter. And so, I wanted to do a whole Draw My Life, but then I sat down and realized my life is insane and the only already on the internet, so here we go. Now, I started out my love for building where I live, full woods. It was full of trees, and there was a creek, even some power lines. Really just a lot of stuff. Build tree houses. Building sheds was actually what I came to like, and a couple small ones that were pretty cool. I have pictures of them. I wish I could draw them in here, but they're not digital pictures, so they're literally like, you know, back in the day when you had a Polaroid. But yeah, Bob the Builder was my favorite show. I really enjoyed it. Everybody knew I enjoyed it. I was Bob for like 3 or 4 years in a row, and of course my name is Bob because of my grandfather, and I love Fords also because of my grandfather, who was a mechanic for 54 years. Ford in Massachusetts. 54 years. 5, I believe, but special. He was in the paper, and they made him a bobblehead. They sold out, don't exist anymore, so let's move on. 2016, many people call the trap year I'm from. It's the year the Amiga, the drop-top Wapguk. Anyway, you have dumb old 16 and 17-year-old me, Emma. There she is right there, nice stick figure. Of course, you have amazing stick figures right there. Artistic ability really shown off. But 2016 was also a special year because it was the year that I got my driver's license. And those hours of going to the stupid driving around in circles with other kids paid off. And I was able to flex, do something that, am I right? I guess, right? So I wanted to drive my sister to school, didn't want, of course, with the truck to take, but I wanted to make sure I was the one driving the truck, wink. Not just because it was technically my truck, but because it was something I always wanted to do, something I really dreamed of, and my sister was cool with it, so I appreciated that. It was always cooler than anyone gave her. Everybody knew that. She did, though, at the time. I was always partying, drinking, smoking some cigs, trying to look cool, be a boss, as they say. What every dumb ends up running into when they're a 7-year-old kid on the loose with a driver's license for the first time. And if you're lucky enough to make it out of that stage, like I was, you can kind of find your untapped potential, and maybe it's something that is kind of a surprise accident that turns out to be a blessing. Which is the way that I like to look at a lot of things, an accidental blessing. So I ended up ditching all my sports that I really liked. I played football a lot at work, and I started working for my uncle in 2017. About my sports life, awesome stuff, but just as a joke. And that's kind of what realizing that I wanted to work all the time. An accidental blessing, because I had never even thought of working for my uncle previous to me actually working with him, which was also a favor that my dad did for me. 2018 to now, which would have graduated high school in 2022, so what is that, 4 years? Almost 5, basically 5, which is pretty insane to think about. You kind of tell the direction of future, please know that. Well, and that is literally about all the drawing that my tiny brain and hands could handle, boys. I'm sorry, I'm not an artist, but I did write some more stuff down, so we'll continue chatting while we look at these videos of absolute blasphemy committed on these trucks and amazingly nice, clean vehicles that could have been used and had amazing potential left in their lifespans. But wait a minute. I guess, again, that is why I did fix them and sell them and put my time and money into them. Even though everybody thinks I'm just a wannabe whistling diesel smashing out $30 headlights, blowing square bodies up. Well, I might have spray painted a couple things here or there, but can't copyright spray paint, my friends. It's a known fact. Just look at the Cummins. Look at all the potential that she has untapped. I kinda went backwards, messed up, and tried to do like 750 or 800 horsepower through the Cummins before I even finished actually swapping the truck. Meaning, there's no heat, there's no AC. There was no headlights, hood, taillights, bed, tailgate, backup camera, radio, couple other things for almost over a year. It ran and drove. It moved from point A to B. Sort of reliably sometimes, especially in the beginning before I messed with the P7100 injection pump. Before I put the kit that Power Driven Diesel sent me in the truck, my goodness, she was as reliable as they come. I'm not even joking. Even more reliable than this here shitbox that me and Hank the Tank ripped the doors off. She was going to the moon, but we had to put it on hold. Put it on hold, boys. Now, of course, my original idea for this video, just like my original idea for everything, kind of takes some lefts and rights. It doesn't always end up exactly where it is, but it's a happy accident, just like I said in the beginning. Here's my ad, only for sale to Cody from Whistlin' Diesel. Zero chance anyone else is buying it, even if Cody is scared to buy it. But, as in you could have a GTR and 500k cash, your name isn't Cody, you're not buying it. For some reason, Facebook is the only platform that pictures and things, or in general, gain attention, mainly due to the fact that every person shits on every other person's stuff. And I've seen some crazy Facebook comments. I'm sure you guys have too, but that's because people actually treat Facebook like it's reality for some reason. Even people don't do that on YouTube. They don't do that on TikTok. And they definitely don't do that on Instagram. But for Facebook, for some reason, Facebook is literally like a connection of your inner soul. Like people live and die and breathe Facebook. Like their whole life is Facebook. And I'm not that young. I'm young. But like, I've been around since the beginning of Facebook. I remember MySpace. And look at this. This is a page somebody made for my truck because I posted it. They said Whistlin' Diesel's gonna suck his pecker, blah blah. And that's an actual Facebook page. Like, you can type in my name and that's like a page you can follow, but it's not me, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Just like all the Facebook pages where I actually sell my stuff. Sure, there's a lot of people following them, but it doesn't actually make any sense to me. Whose page is it? How do I become an admin? Am I an admin myself? I don't know. Who knows? It is really the most confusing thing ever. And of course I was banned from Instagram, which I thought was literally connected to Facebook, because they're one company now, Meta. They're all zucked up. But no, my Facebook is fine. They only took down my Instagram, and it was conveniently right after my TikTok with 120,000 plus followers got taken down as well. And people don't believe that number, like 120k. They don't believe I had almost like 10 million likes. That's not even a lot. Like, if you look at the platform, it's literally a machine with zero overhead that is cranking 24/7 nonstop 365. And that's what every social media thing is. And that's why they want to sell ad space and sell it all the time and cram it down your throat. Because there's no overhead and they can do it. So why wouldn't they? It's really the last forefront of colonization in the business world. That's why they want to start cramming VR left and right too, but I have a theory, just like Tesla's. It all comes back to the consumer at the end of the day, and if you don't make a good product, you're not going to last very long. Even in today's age, where you actually can make garbage and sell it to people, it won't work out for you in the end. I mean, look at Volkswagen with the whole diesel emission shabacle. There's been plenty of examples throughout history. You have to make a good product. Just the sad thing is, back in the day when like Toyota, Ford, when they were starting out, like Henry Ford was still alive. Like Yamahara Toyota, or whatever the hell his name was, like that dude was still alive. Like that, you could have a problem with your car and show up to a dealership, and the actual dude who like invented the Toyota, like the motorcycle company, like Henry Ford himself, if you went to a Ford dealership, like could be there potentially. And then his grandson, and then so forth. Like, they actually made sure, like, oh, we made this car. I wonder what, they don't know. What can break? Why? How often? It's not like they're out there testing it to millions and millions of miles. They're selling it to you. That's your job. Might be their job to fix it, but it is your car. Just like these pistons we have right here. It is my engine, but it is also a boat anchor. And I also kind of forgot that there was a purpose and a reason to why I took it out of the truck to begin with. Like, I'm not joking. I actually forgot that there was an end goal, a purpose, and something that we were trying to achieve. Like, I say we because us as a people. I've put 30 plus grand in just my money, all invoiced out, you know, and people think that's a lot too. That's not a lot. It's literally nothing. That is a dust in the breeze, especially for other parts and other builds out there. Really nothing. I pulled it out in my driveway. I did everything in my driveway outside, in the cold, in the heat, day after day after day, sweating and crying, recording and bleeding and editing. And for what? For people to call me a wannabe whistling diesel? Is that my goal? Is that even what I set out to do? Maybe. Maybe not. No, it really wasn't. In all honesty, boys, it really wasn't. I mean, you can look at my videos, and honestly, Tesla stole my wheel idea. Whistling Diesel stole my limited destruction idea. I had a limited and a square body before he did. I was making YouTube videos before Elon was thinking about buying Twitter. I chopped up a steering wheel to make it literally look like the exact Tesla Model S wheel they came out with like the next year. But hey, only 5,000 people watched that happen, right? So, not like I'd have a case there, huh? Nobody could steal my ideas. Oh, wait a minute. They already are.